9 things that lose their significance. After 70, embracing peace and purpose in later years. Turning 70 is a profound milestone, often marked by reflection and introspection. By this age, many have experienced a lifetime of successes, setbacks, and valuable lessons. Wisdom has been gained through years of navigating the complexities of career, family, and personal growth. Yet with this accumulated experience comes the realization that certain things, once seen as important, no longer hold the same weight. At this stage in life, it's crucial to step back and assess what truly contributes to our sense of fulfillment and inner peace. It's a time to shed the unnecessary burdens that may have once driven us and embrace a more authentic, simpler way of being. Letting go of outdated priorities frees us to embrace the joys of life without the excess baggage of the past. Here are 9 things that lose their relevance after 70, along with insights on how to let go of them and create space for a life filled with meaning, contentment, and tranquility. 1. Obsessing over what others think. For much of our lives, we're often shaped by the desire to fit in, to be accepted, and to meet the expectations of those around us, whether it's family, friends, or society at large. The constant pursuit of approval through career success, personal decisions, or social recognition often guides the paths we take. But as time passes, this drive begins to lose its hold. By the time we hit 70, the weight of others' opinions often fades into the background. The life experiences accumulated over the years make it clear the approval of others no longer has a place in defining our worth. With this newfound understanding comes a powerful sense of freedom. No longer tethered to society's expectations or dependent on external validation, we can finally embrace our true selves. The wisdom we gain over time teaches us that happiness arises from aligning with our own values, not those that others impose upon us. Reflect on the times you might have made choices based on the fear of judgment. Did those decisions lead to true fulfillment? Now imagine the relief of making decisions purely based on what feels right for you. Whether it's your style, your living situation, or how you spend your time, you have the right to prioritize what makes you happy. This is your time to live fully on your own terms, free from the constraints of others' opinions. Releasing the need for approval brings back your personal power, allowing you to live authentically. Letting go of the constant need for validation invites peace, and it's in this peace that you'll find joy in simply being yourself. 2. Chasing after material possessions. As we journey through life, the drive to acquire material possessions often becomes a symbol of success, security, and achievement. In our youth, we eagerly chase after a bigger house, the latest car, or the perfect wardrobe, believing that these things will bring us happiness. However, with age comes a shift in perspective, and by the time we reach 70, we begin to realize that accumulating more stuff no longer holds the same appeal. At this stage in life, it becomes clear that happiness doesn't lie in the things we own. In fact, material possessions often become a burden, causing stress and clutter rather than bringing joy. We may discover that many of the items we've accumulated over the years no longer serve any purpose, yet we've held on to them out of habit, nostalgia, or the fear of letting go. Living in a space filled with things that no longer have meaning requires constant maintenance and mental energy. The possessions we thought would provide security may actually weigh us down, leaving us with little room for what truly matters. This is the perfect time to reevaluate our relationship with material things and decide what truly adds value to our lives. Look around your home. Are there items that no longer serve a purpose? Old furniture that no longer fits your style? Clothes you haven't worn in years? Or gadgets gathering dust in forgotten drawers? Letting go of these things can be liberating, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. As you clear out the clutter, you make space for fresh experiences, new memories, and deeper connections. What truly brings fulfillment is not the accumulation of material possessions, but the richness of relationships, the joy of shared moments, and the pursuit of personal growth. In the end, it's these intangible things that make life meaningful, not the things we can touch or collect. 3. Sticking to social obligations that drain your energy. Throughout much of our earlier years, there's a certain expectation to keep up with social obligations, attend events, and maintain connections, often even when they no longer spark joy. Whether it's out of politeness, fear of disappointing others, or simply trying to keep the peace, we often find ourselves agreeing to activities that no longer serve us. However, once we reach 70, we begin to understand that life is far too precious to waste on things that don't bring us happiness. The notion of having to participate in events simply to fulfill a sense of duty starts to lose its grip. Now it's perfectly acceptable, indeed necessary, to say no to social engagements that drain your energy or no longer align with your interests. At this stage, you have the autonomy to prioritize your own joy and well-being without feeling the need to explain yourself. Have you ever forced yourself to go to a gathering only to feel emotionally depleted afterward? Now imagine the freedom of choosing to engage only in activities that light you up, whether it's spending time with those who truly uplift your spirit, attending an event that excites you, or simply enjoying a quiet evening by yourself. You now have the power to make decisions that reflect your true desires and needs. By becoming more intentional about the social interactions you engage in, you'll find that your relationships become more genuine and your experiences more fulfilling. You won't just be attending events, you'll be present, truly engaged, and savoring every moment. This isn't about withdrawing from the world. It's about honoring yourself and your values by consciously choosing where and with whom to spend your time and energy. Fourth, trying to meet society's unrealistic beauty standards. For much of our lives, society places an overwhelming focus on youth and physical appearance as the ultimate markers of beauty. From the covers of magazines to the endless stream of advertisements, we are constantly bombarded with ideals that equate beauty with flawless skin, a toned body, and a youthful glow. This societal pressure often drives many of us to chase the unattainable goal of staying young forever, hiding the signs of aging in an effort to meet these external standards. But once you reach 70, the pursuit of these superficial ideals loses its grip. Wrinkles, graying hair, and other natural signs of aging are no longer something to hide or be ashamed of. They are reminders of the rich, meaningful experiences you've had. Every wrinkle tells the story of laughter. Every gray hair marks the wisdom you've earned over the years. Rather than viewing these features as imperfections, they should be celebrated as emblems of resilience, lived experiences, and the beauty of growth. As we grow older, true beauty moves beyond physical traits and is rooted in the essence of who we are. The confidence we radiate, the kindness we show, the grace with which we navigate life, and the authenticity that we embody. These are the qualities that make us genuinely beautiful, regardless of how we age. The people you most admire aren't the ones who meet society's narrow definitions of beauty, but those who exude warmth, wisdom, and empathy. Letting go of society's rigid standards of beauty frees you to embrace yourself as you are. No filters, no facades. There's no longer a need to cover up the marks of time or chase an impossible ideal. Accepting and appreciating your body with all its unique features allows you to break free from the endless pursuit of perfection. Your beauty at 70 and beyond is a reflection of your life story, your spirit, and the inner strength you've cultivated throughout the years. 5. Holding on to unfulfilling activities. As we journey through life, we accumulate habits, hobbies, and activities that once sparked joy and provided a sense of fulfillment. However, with the passage of time, some of these activities may begin to feel like obligations rather than sources of pleasure. By the time you reach 70, it becomes essential to evaluate how you spend your days and release those pursuits that no longer nourish your spirit. This doesn't mean discarding everything that once brought you joy. Instead, it's about acknowledging that not all activities will continue to resonate with you as time goes on. For instance, perhaps a weekly book club that once filled you with excitement now feels more like a chore, or a volunteering role that once gave you purpose no longer feels as meaningful. It's okay to step away from these engagements and make room for something that aligns with who you are now. Releasing outdated routines can open the door to new passions and endeavors. As you age, your interests and priorities may naturally shift, leading you to explore uncharted territory. Maybe you'll uncover a newfound love for yoga, start traveling to places you've always wanted to see, or dive into creating art or writing. Alternatively, you may find fulfillment in spending more quality time with your loved ones or focusing on self-care and reflection. The key is to give yourself the freedom to evolve. Life after 70 holds endless opportunities for growth and reinvention. By letting go of what no longer serves you, you open the door to experiences that bring new meaning and joy, allowing you to live fully in the present. 6. Tolerating toxic relationships. Throughout life, relationships are among our greatest sources of joy, but not all connections contribute positively to our well-being. As we grow older, we may find ourselves holding on to relationships that no longer serve us, often out of a sense of obligation or habit. But after 70, it's crucial to recognize that life is too precious to waste on relationships that cause harm or drain your energy. Toxic relationships come in many forms, whether it's a friend who constantly undermines you, a family member who is emotionally draining, or a colleague who makes you feel inferior. These relationships often leave you feeling exhausted, anxious, or unappreciated. It's essential to understand that distancing yourself from such people is not selfish, but rather a powerful act of self-preservation and respect. You have the right to be surrounded by individuals who bring positivity into your life, who nurture your happiness, and who respect your boundaries. When you let go of toxic relationships, you create the space to build healthier, more fulfilling connections. These are the relationships that allow you to thrive, contributing to your emotional and mental well-being. Consider the uplifting feeling you get when spending time with someone who truly values you. Those are the connections that matter, the ones that leave you feeling seen, heard, and respected. By making a conscious effort to prioritize these enriching relationships, you can cultivate deeper, more meaningful bonds that enhance your life in every way. 7. Constantly comparing yourself to others. For much of our lives, we often find ourselves trapped in the cycle of comparison. We measure our worth based on the success of others, whether it's the perfect family next door, the wealth a friend has amassed, or the career achievements of a colleague. This constant comparison leads us to believe that our happiness is somehow lacking, or that we need to achieve the same milestones to be happy. However, reaching the age of 70 brings a profound revelation. Comparison only steals our peace of mind and joy. Everyone's life is uniquely their own, shaped by individual decisions, circumstances, and goals. Success and fulfillment are not one size fits all. What brings happiness to one person might not resonate with someone else, and that's perfectly okay. At this stage in life, you begin to understand that your journey is yours to cherish. The choices you've made, the paths you've walked, and the lessons you've learned all contribute to the beautiful story that is your life. Letting go of the need to compare yourself to others opens the door to deeper self-acceptance. Celebrate the milestones you've reached, no matter their size, and honor the wisdom that has come with them. Living authentically and embracing your own unique journey will lead you to a richer, more satisfying life, free from the pressures of comparison. 8. Clinging to goals that no longer serve you. When we're younger, we often set ambitious goals driven by societal expectations, personal dreams, or the aspirations we held at the time. These goals might have included climbing the corporate ladder, achieving financial security, or gaining recognition in a specific field. But as we age, our priorities naturally evolve, and many of those once important goals may no longer resonate with who we've become. After 70, it's time to reassess and redefine what truly matters. It's not only okay, but necessary to let go of goals that no longer align with your current values or desires. For instance, the dream of professional success might now feel less compelling compared to the joy of spending quality time with family and friends. Or perhaps the pursuit of wealth has given way to a deeper appreciation for experiences, memories, and personal fulfillment. By reimagining your goals, you can focus on what brings you joy, peace, and a sense of purpose in this chapter of life. Your aspirations should reflect the person you are today, not the version of yourself from decades past. Letting go of outdated ambitions isn't a loss. It's an opportunity to live with greater intention and pursue what truly enriches your life now. 9. Feeling ashamed for putting your happiness first. For much of our lives, many of us have put the needs of others first, whether it's caring for family, meeting work demands, or living up to the expectations of friends and loved ones. This often leaves little room for ourselves, and when we finally take time to focus on our own happiness, guilt can creep in. But after 70, it's time to let go of that guilt and embrace the truth. Your happiness matters just as much as anyone else's. You've spent decades giving to others. Now it's your turn to give to yourself. Prioritizing your well-being isn't selfish. It's essential for your emotional, physical, and mental health. When you invest in your own joy, you become better equipped to show up for those you love in a more present and meaningful way. What lights you up? Is it traveling to new places, immersing yourself in nature, diving into a new hobby, or simply unwinding with a good book? Whatever it is, make it a priority. You deserve to place your happiness at the top of your list. And by doing so, you'll not only enrich your own life, but also bring more positivity and energy to the lives of those around you. Conclusion: letting go to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. As you enter the chapter of life beyond 70, you'll likely realize that many things that once felt significant now seem far less important. By releasing these unnecessary burdens, whether it's the judgment of others, material possessions, toxic relationships, or outdated societal pressures, you create room for what genuinely brings value to your life. This stage offers a chance to live with a lighter spirit, greater purpose, and deeper joy. It's an opportunity to embrace the freedom that comes with prioritizing what truly matters. Focus on nurturing the relationships that bring you peace, seeking out experiences that fulfill you, and enjoying the small, simple moments that make life worth living. By letting go of what no longer serves your well-being, you unlock a deeper sense of tranquility, purpose, and joy. This is your personal journey, one that is meant to be embraced with authenticity and an open heart. Let go of the trivial and welcome what truly enriches your life. Thank you for watching until the end. If these reflections have inspired you, please comment. Your thoughts are truly appreciated. Thank you for spending your time with us.